episode of the SJW Talkshow. Today we'll be covering where real talk meets lifestyle and lifestyle meets real talk, and I'm your host, Kashan. Today I'm accompanied by my fellow hosts who also cover different topics you will see later on, but I'll let them introduce themselves. So, welcome girls. How are you guys today?
Hi.
Good. How are you?
I'm good. So introduce yourselves.
So I'm Jacqueline. I'm the host for Women in Politics.
And my name is Agne, and my segment is about mental health. It's called Be Real, Be Transparent, Be Honest.
Yes, I love real talk and being transparent. So yeah.
You guys are gonna love it too.
So I just kind of wanted to ask you guys a few questions and we can cover like a few topics. So what do you guys do? So what do you do, Jacqueline?
What do you mean, like in
what's your
general?
occupation? Like what's your...
So I'm a student. I'm also like a political activist, so I do stuff around politics and campaigning around women, getting more women in politics, and just engaging more young people and more diverse people in politics and business. So I do a lot of stuff around that. So talking, advocating, whether that's in Parliament or a local business.
And you, Agna?
I do bits and bobs. I work with the councilman for Hammersmith and Fulham. He is a policy worker and strategy. Okay. So he includes disabled residents in decision making, because most of organizations and councils would build buildings and test them afterwards, is it accessible? And that's really wrong. So they want residents to give the input, the professional input. So we're really making a change. We are transforming the way council works. Is like the first ever position in the UK, the one that he has, and I'm just supporting him because he's a disabled man too.
So he basically works with people who are disabled and he helps them to make life decisions and just...
No, he's actually working in a council. So he's a strategy lead. Okay. So it's called co-production. It's a bit complicated. I'm learning as well.
It sounds complicated, to be fair. Myself, I've just recently started my own business. A bit boring. I started a couriering company, so deliveries. I don't know if you know, like multi-job, you know, people like DPD. So we just started that.
That's not boring.
It can be boring.
Oh, doing it.
Yeah, it's boring.
Pretty cool.
I've just started that with my partner. I'm super excited because it's like my first actual business that is off the floor and running and completely going where I want it to go. But we're doing it to fund an app that we're bringing out. We've worked on it a few times, but because, where we did it, it's just a lot of problems. It's better to do apps in the UK than abroad sometimes. But so that's what I do. So girls, just let everybody kind of know what your hobbies are, what you do, other than outside of SJW. What do you do in terms of your free time?
I spend a lot of time thinking about politics.
Okay.
And
but besides politics, what else do you do? In literally, if you're at home, there's
politics. I'm joking. No, literally, I'm pretty boring.
Okay.
I'm not boring. I think about politics and how to take over the world, and I sit down and I watch videos of Obama, or I watch motivational videos a lot. So I watch people like TD Jakes. I don't know if you've ever heard of him. He's like a pastor, but I see him as a motivational.
Do you watch him
speaker.
on YouTube and stuff?
Yeah, so I go on YouTube and just type in TD Jakes or Eric Thomas or Tony Robbins. So these are all or Joyce Mayer.
To be fair, FYI, I'm not new to YouTube, but I'm new to YouTubing.
They're motivational people. They give you strength and wisdom.
And what about you, Agna?
Well, I'm going to start the psychology degree this year. I already have a degree in film, but this is my second bachelor's.
Congrats.
Yes.
Go for it.
So that's one thing. I'm in a relationship and I'm very passionate about mental health. Not only that, social justice. I'm a feminist. I'm about all the human rights activism. So all lives matter. All lives matter. Black lives matter. Yeah. LGBTQ and feminism, things like that. And also climate change for me.
Okay, well, I don't know. I'm not really I don't really have hobbies. I'll be really honest with you. I'm just
Don't lie.
No, seriously, I just genuinely I'm hit and miss. It's some days I'll be wanting to know about let's say politics, what's going on, because everyone's talking about it. I feel like I'm a trend follower in the sense of like what is going on. I like to know what everybody's doing. I don't like to just stick in one kind of avenue, because I feel like I'm a bit open in the sense I like to know, that's just my hobbies. But other than that, I like writing. Like I love to write, like on my own. I like writing music on my own. I don't produce anything, by the way. I don't record, but just.
But you sing, right?
I do sing, but like I don't like to sing publicly. Like I get really like bad stage fright.
Is that something you're gonna work on?
I am now. Like I'm currently working on it in the sense of I want to start to I want people to hear my voice a little bit more. I used to be very scared of people seeing behind just my face. I wanted people to like kind of know me, which is why I started, chose to be part of SJW. That's my reasoning, because I want people to see things through the way I see things, and the people who relate to me, I can kind of like advocate for those people.
Yeah, same here. Like one of the reasons why I've come onto the SJW talk show and I'm doing women in politics is because I'm really passionate about these things.
Yeah.
But I realised that there are a lot of young people out there who maybe don't hear about current affairs or don't hear from people out there who are doing amazing things.
Yeah.
And SJW is all about that, right? Where a group of females, which you don't see in the media a lot, who are discussing different areas, whether that's mental health, lifestyle, politics, and it's so rare. And so I jumped at the opportunity to come here because this is what I enjoy doing. Do you know what I mean?
Like relating to
watching
others
other people
kind of
do
thing.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What made you come on to like do that?
Well, I've realized that not many, that there's, as a survivor of a lot of traumatic events, and as a person who knows also a lot of people who experience a lot of traumatic events, I realized that, like, especially in the media, there's a lot of, fuse around Me Too movement and these men, toxic men as I call, toxic men who get upset about Me Too because women want to speak up about their pain.
Oh my gosh, I've met some.
And they talking about like how innocent men go to prison because of a false rape. Fair enough, it happens. But I know so many more people. I know people personally, I am that person who didn't receive no justice, and those people are walking free with no consequences. Yeah. And there are more women who blame themselves for experiencing terrible things,
to them, 1,000%.
So basically, there's no justice, and we're trying to restore that justice, and people don't really like that. So me, I'm all about mental health. And
so do you have a partner?
I have a partner. Yeah.
We live together. How does he feel like about like you speaking out about like women's rights? I mean, advocacy.
Well, obviously when we're at home, he would literally like annoy me on purpose and pretend to be the opposite. Like he's like he doesn't support the women's rights. He would say something really sexist, for instance, but just to.
How do you deal with that?
Just to trigger me, just to be because he is also like he thinks the same way as me. We both are. He's an artist as well. He's a painter. So.
Hook me up. Get a painting.
Everyone that sees his art is, please paint one for me. And he wants to sell it for like thousands of pounds, not hundreds.
Oh, okay. Sorry, it's not my league. What about you, Jack? What's your relationship status?
I'm single.
Okay. Single, ready to mingle, or single like I'm just chilling?
Do you want the honest truth? Or
you have to be real. This is real talk.
We want the honesty.
I have a crush on someone.
Okay.
I was telling you about this earlier.
Okay.
I have a crush on someone, but he's like really different, and I haven't ever like spoken to a guy like that. So it's like he's just different. So I'm thinking in my head like, how do I talk to this guy?
Yeah.
But yeah, that's where I'm
Any
at.
advice, Agna? What she should do? Like how she should like approach him?
Honestly, based on my personal experience and other people's experience, I realize that there is no recipe for love. There is none. There are people who got married after 2 months of knowing each other, and they're still together after 20 years. Yeah. There are people who've been together for 10 years, of boyfriend and girlfriend relationship, and they got married and they broke up after like 2 months. Like to be
no
recipe.
I'm like passionate about love. like I'm so passionate about relationships, and I don't mean like boyfriend and girlfriend. I mean like relationships with everybody, like even down to like a colleague, like you know, just because I feel like there's appropriations in how you communicate with people, and there's like lines and like all those kind of things. And I feel like I don't know if you guys ever feel this way, but you know, like if it's an auntie or like person on the street, you might be a bit more ruder or more polite to one or the other. So things like that, like how do you be yourself completely while also trying to not cross those lines in those relationships?
I don't have that issue.
Yeah.
I think I went through a stage where when I first started politics, I felt like I had to. So my friend Carl, he says that when he got into politics, he felt like he had to put himself in a blender.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? And kind of change who he was or how he said certain things depending on which environment he was in. So I've gone through that. But over the last year, I went through, and I've spoken about this, like a mental health state. Like I felt quite depressed at university. But then when I came out of that, I was just like, I'm just going to be the one me. I don't want to change for this person or that person.
So
and then I
don't want to compromise.
No, it's not about compromise. It's who am I? So first I looked at my values. I respect kindness. I respect giving everyone respect regardless of who you are. So when I look at my values and I embody that, I don't have to be one person for the auntie and one person for the teacher. I'm Jacqueline for everyone. And Jacqueline accommodates everyone.
So you in a sense, okay, that makes sense.
It's just me.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
I understand. So like it's like a case of like if let's say for example like tradition, like some traditional families who like you can't even like say no. Like for example, let's say you're scared of heights. This is an example. I'm scared of heights, so we'll talk about that. Let's say you're scared of heights, right? And this auntie of your partner decides to tell you to go climb something to get her something.
I'm going to be honest with you. That's one of my values. I'm going to say no.
What if
I'm a bit scared.
Yeah. But what if she's like, what if she's one of those, you know those people who don't listen? They'll just be like, stop being dramatic.
I have an auntie like that. She made me like, okay, I hope she doesn't watch this. Anyway, I went to Portugal a couple of years ago and she made me clean the toilets. Which is fine, everyone took their time, you know. But she made me like scrub it. She was like, it's not good enough, blah, blah, blah. And then I did it, but the next day I wasn't talking to her. Like I just completely ignored her. And then I thought about the situation like yesterday and I thought, if I saw her again, which I probably will, and she told me to do something like that, I'll do the first bit, but then if I felt uncomfortable, I'm going to say, look, I feel uncomfortable. I feel like you're I'm just going to be honest.
So what if she turns around to your mum and thinks your child disrespectful?
Then I don't.
Okay.
It's not disrespect.
No, I'm just trying to give you like some case scenario.
Yeah, I mean, when
I'm the opposite. I'm accommodating in a sense of like I compromise sometimes, like I do, because I feel like I don't, like for example, I'm in a relationship and my partner's from like a cultured background. So for me, I feel like there's lines that I can't like cross, or like I can't. Not that I can't speak out or that I don't want to speak out of. It's just that I feel my own respect. I just do as I'm told. Do you know what I mean? Not that I've been in like the situation. It's just that I just feel that way, that I should.
Well, if you don't mind,
I compromise with everybody, and I try to accommodate people because my thing is that I love people to be who they are. Do you know? And when I mean be who they are, I mean a sense of like, if I know you're rude, I'll let you be rude, but I might be like, you're a bit rude. And I hope that if as honest as you can be, I can be back, right honest back with you. Or if you're, I don't know, like I'm just very accommodating to people and I let people be who they are and that's it. So if one auntie's telling me to go upstairs and go, I'm like, oh my God, I'll cry the whole way. And I'll cry all the way back down, but it is what it is. But yeah, so I'm in a relationship and been together for 2 years. And moving on to like my goals in terms of like what I want to be is what I'm doing now, being with my partner. Like I'm passionate about being a wife. That's like my ultimate goal, and coincide with that is about being the ultimate woman in a sense of like a lot of people might assume I'm the type of girl who there's certain things I can't do or won't do, but completely not the case. I will get down dirty in camp. I will put on some boots. Like even the job I do now, like I walk into the depot and some people are like looking at me, or they'll see me picking up parcels or see me driving a van and they get like, what are you doing? And it goes back to the whole feminist and like, you know, people making women feel like they can't do certain things. So yeah, that's what I'm passionate about.
So do you want to be like a stay-at-home wife, or do you want to continue with the business that you're doing? Because you've put in a lot of graft with your boyfriend for this business.
I don't go not ever be a stay-at-home wife, but I want to be a modern day Stepford wife.
What does that look like?
To me, it looks more like women have fought for us to be kind of like voting and have our own opinion. So in the sense that like I have equal partnership with my partner, but in the sense that like I look after the house, I do this. He may be the main breadwinner, but we kind of like work together, and I'm free to do what I want, kind of thing, you know?
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
I used to not think I wanted to do any of that.
But now?
I don't know. I'm just like, I'm going to be me. And if I find someone, to be fair, I don't want to change my last name if I ever marry. And I feel like I wouldn't mind the guy taking my surname.
Oh.
So I think I'm a little bit different.
FYI, whoever marries Jacqueline, just know that you'll be changing your surname, okay?
Yeah, but I think I'm different too in the sense that I've never seen myself as, oh, my ultimate goal is to be a wife. My ultimate goal was like, oh my God, there are men on TV debating about what affects me. I want to be there. Okay. I want my friends to be there. So that's been like my goal. I want to be the ultimate woman, but the ultimate me woman, the ultimate like take over the world woman. Okay. But then I also see, as I've grown a bit older, I also see myself in a relationship, but with someone who understands me and someone who I understand. Okay. But I don't want to change my name. Okay. That's like right. I don't want to change my name. I've worked so hard for my name. I don't want to ever change it. What about you, Agnes?
I'm actually changing my name to my mother's maiden name because we had like really broken family, really bad men. And actually that comes to the previous talk you had. Like my mom would have like a different partner like she had recently, and he expected us to have some extra respect for him, and because we didn't really grow up with the men around, we did not get that, and we had really big arguments. We did not have any special treatments to him, and it actually ended up really bad, but I'm not discussing that.
Well, so basically what I would say is that I guess like we would also like get to know, like all our viewers will get to know us a little bit more on our talk show. So make sure you tune in to our next episode, and
make sure you watch my segment. Be transparent, be honest, be real, and see you later.
Thank you, Agna.
Make sure you tune in to Women in Politics. Lots of great stuff, amazing people. You won't want to miss it.
And make sure you tune in and make sure that you watch my segment, because there's going to be a lot of meeting and greeting, a lot of this meets that. So thank you.